Okay, let's check our work. So on this second box, you have 3 shaded, and there are 9 boxes total. And you could check this work because 3 times 3 would be 9. And if you do times 3 on the bottom, it has to be times 3 on top. So 1 times 3 is 3. So these are equal. The next one, I have 4 shaded boxes, and we have 12 boxes total. We can check this because I'd be multiplying by 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And if I do times 4 on top, 1 times 4 is 4. So these fractions are equal. Last one, we have 5 shaded pieces out of 15 total. And if we checked this with multiplication, 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. So they are equal. All right, how did that go? One last one that I want us to just look at, and I'm going to kind of help you solve, but I thought this was an interesting one. Flip to question 4. And of course, you could do it if you want more practice. You could do that same thing with 3/4. Here's what I would do. So I want fourths, so that would be this, 3/4. So you need 4 sections, which means you draw 3 lines. 2, 3, there we go. And if you want more practice, you're going to do that same thing on all of them and shade in 3 of the 4 sections, just like that. So this is 3/4, 3/4. Okay, so this is the one I found interesting. It says continue the process and model 2 equivalent fractions for 6/5. 6/5. Here's why I think that one's interesting. Because we've never had a larger number on top. So that actually means it's going to be more than 1. Because on our 2 previous problems, 3/3 was the same as 1. 2/2 was the same as 1. Now all of a sudden I have a larger number on top. 6 out of 5 pieces, 6/5. So here's what that would look like on a number line. If this is 0 and this is 1. If I wanted to cut this into 5 pieces, I need 4 lines. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drew 4 lines, and look, I have 1 piece, 2 piece, 3, 4, 5. So if I was to mark that, remember if we're driving, I've driven 0 out of 5 pieces. Driving, now I've driven this 1 out of 5 pieces. Keep driving. 2 out of 5 pieces. 3 out of 5 pieces. 4 out of 5 pieces. And look, the 1, I've driven 5 out of 5 pieces. This one's kind of interesting because 6/5 means we'd be going past 1. 6/5 is more than 1, which is why they're giving us 2 boxes here, or sorry, 4 boxes, but they're only saying we can make 2 equivalent fractions. Let me show you what 6/5 would look like. It's saying I have 6 shaded pieces out of 5. How can you have 6 out of 5? I'm going to take one of these boxes and I want you to make it into 5 pieces. So remember, 5 pieces, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. If I shade all of them, there we go. That's showing 5 out of 5. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Make 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to shade one of those 5 pieces. Together, so I have 5 out of 5. I have 1 out of 5. How much do I have total? 6 out of 5. They want me to show an equivalent fraction though. So what if I took those and just like I did on the other side, let's use one horizontal line to cut up these pieces. There we go. What fraction am I showing now on this first square? How many shaded pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of how many total? 10. They're all shaded. What's the second square showing me? How many shaded? 1, 2. Out of how many total? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's still 10. So how many do I have together? 10 shaded plus an extra 2 shaded. I have 12 shaded, but the bottom number stays the same because they were still only cut into 10 pieces. So 10/12. These are showing the same thing. I never shaded anything extra. I didn't erase any of my shading. So does 6/5 equal 12/10? Are those really the same thing? Check with multiplication. Why don't you pause now? They are. If I do 5 times 2, that would be 10. And if I do times 2 on top, also has to be the same. 6 times 2 is 12. So there we go. These are the same. All right. Your exit ticket today is going to be a little bit different from what you see on here because online there isn't a way for me to have you draw a number line or to show equivalent fractions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a list of fractions like this. And I want you to tell me what the missing number is. So you could use these boxes, just like they're showing here, that 1/6, how many 12ths would that be? So you could draw out your 6 pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines means I have 6 pieces now. Here's 1/6. Not going to add any more. I'm just going to cut it. So now I have 12 pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How many of them are shaded? 2 of them are shaded. So that's one method you could use. The other method is using your multiplication. 6 times what is 12? Well, I know 6 times 2 is 12. If I change the bottom number by multiplying by 2 to keep them equal, I also have to do times 2 on top. So what is 1 times 2? 2. So that means my missing number is 2. You're going to do this obviously with different fractions here, but either method to solve works for me. All right, good job everyone. That's it for today. Bye.